So yesterday I was working on a 26 EDO blues, and today I thought I'd make a video explaining how I constructed the chords and the scales that I was using in this blues progression. So for those who don't know, EDO means equal divisions of the octave. This is a 26 EDO guitar, and as you can see it has a lot of frets. It has more than double the number that we're used to because it's 26 notes per octave. So this is our octave, and as you can see we've got 26 notes in that octave. To introduce 26 EDO, I'd start by saying that it's a mean tone temperament. That means that we basically have a flat perfect fifth. Now you can hear the beating there, right? You can hear the wah, 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 wah. So we're getting that effect because it's a very flat perfect fifth, much flatter than what we're used to. In standard tuning, our perfect fifth is getting close to being perfectly in tune. It's a couple of cents off, but it doesn't really have much of a beating to it. Whereas here, you can really hear it. So that means that our perfect fourth, which is the inversion of the perfect fifth, is sharp. So 26 EDO actually supports what's called flat tone. So flat tone is a member of the mean tone family of temperaments. And it's characterized by a very, very flat perfect fifth, and also as a result, a very flat major third. So if I stack perfect fifths in 26 EDO like this, that's going to give me my major third, which basically forms the flat tone scale. Which has a very different quality to the standard major scale that we're used to hearing in 12 EDO. So, as you can hear, our major third, our 5/4 major third, meaning the distance between the fifth and the fourth harmonics, is quite dissonant in 26 EDO. Normally in standard 12 EDO tuning, our major third is sharp, and here it's extremely flat. So not only is it quite out of tune with the harmonic series, but it's actually also in the other direction compared to what we're used to. So that can probably also contribute to its dissonance to a degree. So our minor third, on the other hand, is actually quite in tune in 26 EDO. It's a little bit more than 7 cents sharp, but to me that actually sounds really good. So we have some other thirds that we can play with in 26 EDO, such as the 14/11 harmonic ratio, which I actually think sounds really nice, especially in certain contexts. In terms of minor thirds, the one just below our standard 6/5 minor third, the one that we just looked at, is actually a 13/11 harmonic ratio. So that's really starting to sound somewhat unfamiliar in comparison to standard tuning. And then we're into sort of second territory, and then we start getting some really interesting harmonic ratios, like this one, which is 8/7, which again, if we invert, we get 7/4, which sounds really beautiful. And that's something that I'm going to be using in this blues progression that you'll hear in a moment. So the reason that I think 26 EDO is such a great temperament for blues is because this 7/4 harmonic ratio just has such a naturally bluesy, earthy quality to it. And that can really create a sort of axis of stability that can help make up for the dissonance of the perfect fifth and the perfect fourth, which are not so dissonant that they're not usable like they are in some other temperaments. They're still within 10 cents of the harmonic series, but on their own they can sound quite dissonant, and they can especially sound dissonant when put into the context of triads, especially the major triad. That's pretty dissonant compared to standard tuning. But if we combine that perfect fifth with the seventh harmonic, that sounds really beautiful, because basically we've got three different intervals that are working together there, right? So the fact that our seventh harmonic is so in tune, along with the 13/11 minor third, helps to make up for the fact that the perfect fifth is slightly out of tune. So what I've done for this particular blues progression is I've tried to really make the most of those 7/4 harmonic ratios, right? So basically, I've made that kind of our home chord. So instead of using the standard, that's closer to what we get in standard tuning, which is actually a 9/5 harmonic ratio. It's actually a lot more in tune on this guitar than it is on a standard guitar, but it is actually also sharper. So for some people that may still sound more dissonant just because they're used to hearing the 12 EDO version. But in 26 EDO, it's actually very in tune. So yeah, I've tried to make the most of the 7th harmonic to give us that stability and that sort of earthy quality that can work so well in a blues. So basically this blues progression is built upon chords that are using the root, the major third, the diminished 7th in 26 EDO, which is the 7th harmonic. That's our octave. So again, like we looked at with the perfect fifth, the same goes for the major third. Even though it's very, very flat, it can actually sound really nice when combined with the diminished 7th. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm using that same chord for both the 4 and the 5 chords. And then melodically what I'm doing is I've basically defined a blues scale that retains the general qualities of our standard blues scale in 12 EDO, but it also incorporates some extra harmonics. So it goes like this. So we're still getting the most out of those 7th harmonics. But we're also getting with our blues tone, the 11th harmonic, which can sound really amazing in a blues as well. So if I combine that, say for example, with the 7th harmonic and the root, that just sounds really beautiful. And you can see that I'm using that at least once in the video that I made that you'll hear at the end. So yeah, basically we can sort of kill two birds with one stone by maintaining that sort of chromaticism, right? It's obviously not really chromatic here, but we retain that same kind of feeling of the blues scale. But we also get a harmonic in addition. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, as for the rest, sometimes I am playing around that scale. So I'm incorporating like the major second. And things like that. But that blues scale really is the axis of my improvisation. That's basically it. Yeah, now I'm going to play the video that I made last night and let me know what you think in the comments.